Hi everyone, welcome to WW Designs. My name is Nikki and we are up to day 28 of Junk Journal July for 2024. I hope you have been enjoying all the videos that the other fantastic creators have put up for their prompt for each day of this challenge, and a very big thank you to Meg Journals for inviting me to participate. I will have some links down below if you need any further details or you've missed any of the videos. Everything you need will be in the description box so you can catch up. Now, I created my journal for this year using magazines. If you've been around this channel for a while, you know I love using magazines, giving them a second chance of life and being creative with them. So I created this with just magazines. And my prompt for today is buttons. So after much deliberation and trying to decide what to do, I have come up with a theme, and we are going to do some quick and easy creating using buttons. So this is my day 28 page, and some of my pages have images, some have words, a couple of them are blank because I found a few lucky bits in magazines. But what I want to do today, this is just not going to work. So what I did, I grabbed a piece of cardstock, I glued down some pattern from a pack that I had, and I put a little bit of stitching around the edge, including of course my bobbin running out part way through, because I want to completely cover up those colours. They're just not going to work. So my favourite glue for all things paper crafting is Helmer Tiger Grip. It's strong, it dries clear, and it is absolutely fabulous. So what we're going to do is just spread a bit of glue around and cover up all those colours, because they will not work for what I have in mind. Now, what I've done is just placed a little piece of baking paper under here so that if any glue decides to escape, it will not affect any of the pages underneath. But I haven't applied too much on purpose to try and avoid that. There we go. So, needless to say, we're going for a bit of a sewing theme here today. So, I had a bit of a play on Pinterest, and I tried to find a really pretty, sort of vintagey fashion pic to sort of use as the base for my plan here. So I found this delightful one, I printed it off, and I did add some inking around the edges using Distress Oxide. Ground Espresso is my favourite for when I want something dark, and all I'm going to do is glue this down as well. And what we're doing is sort of a little bit of a fashion mood board for creating a pretty dress like this. So we're going to put that just up on the edge. I don't want to hide all my not so straight sewing. There we go. So if we're going to create a mood board, I suppose we need some fabric. So I found this piece in my stash. And if you have a look at this, it's sort of a bit black and a bit brown. So I thought this would be the perfect fabric for the underskirt. And then on top, we need some sort of very sheer fabric. So I found this in my stash. It's a little dull here today, so you probably can't see it. But what I did, I grabbed my Calero Pearl colours, and I actually gave it a wash in this silvery blue, but I don't think my camera is going to pick the shimmer up. But anyway, that does not matter. And so we are going to just pin this together, because if I glue this fabric, you're just going to see glue marks. So we want to try and avoid that. So I thought we'll pin it together, and then we will just add a little bit of glue on the back of this. Now, my Tiger Grip is very, very good for fabrics as well. Works beautifully. And this way, my shimmer fabric won't have horrible glue marks on it. There we go. So there's our fabrics. Then, of course, there has to be buttons. Now, there is some little buttons showing on here, and I presume we will need a button for the back for where we do this up. So I went through my stash and I found some options. Don't know which one, of course, we'll pick when we create this beautiful dress, but why don't we add them to our little mood board? So we're just going to pop a little bit of glue down. Again, this glue is fabulous for plastic, anything. Plastic, metal, honestly, it does the most amazing job. And then a pretty pearl one that has a slight grey silver tinge might be a good choice for our pretty dress. And then we've got this lovely pearlized one too. So, nice options that go with our theme. There we go. Now, you will notice on here there's these little pretty sparkly bits. So, of course, we're going to need some bling to create those. So I made a tiny little packet of beads because I wasn't sure if I put glue down if the beads would hold. So I just used some packaging and I made a lovely little sample pack of beads, and then just used a hole punch, a circle punch I should say, to create the circle to look a little bit like a label on a packet of beads. So we can pop that down there too. And I like the way you can still see my sewing through the plastic there. Then, of course, we're also going to need some sequins. How can we possibly do this without sequins? Pretty evening dresses have to sparkle. So I'm just going to put a little, oops, sorry, just knocked the camera there while I grab my tweezers. And I've got a lovely little strip of shimmery silver sequins. I think they're definitely required. And we're going to do exactly the same with a black strip. So what I did, I cut these off a strip of sequins that I had in my stash, and I just added a little bit of glue on the underside so that the sequins don't fall off the thread, and let that sit and dry. There we go. And I really can't imagine we can do a dress like this without real bling. I found a strip of this in my stash. A lot of it had discoloured. It was yucky. So I cut those bit off, and I've just kept the nice bits. So we'll add this down the bottom here. We might just need a tiny bit of glue under this last one here. Might just grab the tweezers again to help me pick that up a little bit. There we go. Now, of course, thread is required, and I think we will need black and white thread for this. So we're going to put a bit of glue down there, do a little twist, and if we, I was hoping if we just press down, we would catch all those fibres so that that sits flat. And then I found this in my stash. How perfect is this? It actually says Dior. I'm sure this is as fake can be. But guess what? We're going to include it because we're definitely doing high fashion here. And how gorgeous is that? So we're going to pop that down there. How about we straighten that up? There we go. And lucky last, I have some vintage style labels in my stash. We are going to add this down, and that can be the customer reference number for this gorgeous dress design. And we might pop that down just down in the corner here. And there we go. Right, so my day 28 page is complete. I've used lots of little pieces to create a collage, something a little bit different rather than just using paper. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like. And if you're not already a subscriber, I would love it if you joined in for lots of paper crafting videos. And I really hope you've enjoyed Junk Journal July this year. There's only a couple of days to go, and please go and check out all the other presenters. There's just so much talent out there in this journaling world, and we're just so lucky to get to see them all working with this project. So until next time, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye for now.